Welcome to Cutlet Convos. This is episode 1, the inaugural episode. I figured there's no better person to have for our first featured guest of Cutlet Convos other than Anthony Nofi. Nofi, how are you, buddy?
You know, I can't complain, and who would listen?
Anthony Nofi, pitcher for Flagler College. More importantly, a good friend of mine, a Boston guy, an Italian-American.
Indeed.
And what better person to have making some chicken cutlets, talk about life, talk about sports, talk about whatever the hell we feel like, because it's Cutlet Convos and it's time to get cooking. We're making chicken cutlets, no veal cutlets, no eggplant cutlets, we're making cutlets. Tony, let's start with some eggs, and we'll get into the interview.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So, Anthony.
Plastic table.
You're a pitcher for Flagler College.
I am.
How has your season been going so far this year?
We've had our upsides, we've had our downsides, but we're just gonna keep on cooking as a team, and we're gonna figure it out. We got a big series coming up, big Peach Belt series coming up this weekend. We got Young Harris, and this is gonna be a big one for us. They're hurting a little bit, and we're coming off a big win against Rollins.
Sixth team in the country.
Sixth team in the country. We've scored double digits on them. That always puts everyone in a good mood.
We were both up very early this morning,
Oh, yeah.
6 o'clock. Our Italians didn't go so great.
Didn't go so great. I mean, have to wake up at 7 a.m., watch that game. Hey, we scored 2 runs on Shohei Ohtani, and I think that's what really counts here.
That's the most important part in building for the future with the Italian national team.
I don't see a better way to end it. Whole career really just comes out. College is awesome. I can't wait. I love being here, love keeping to do it, but I feel like there's no better way to finish it out than with Team Italy. I mean, who knows if it'll go well, but I figured gotta give it one more chance, couple years, try out.
And you're working on your Italian citizenship right now.
I am. Yep, I just started that process. Starting that up, trying to get that going.
This past summer, played with a stacked Brockton Rocks team.
Yeah.
Do you want to bring us through that roster, how that experience was for you? Brockton Rocks Summer League, independent ball? Or it's not independent
Futures
ball,
League now.
Futures League,
Futures League now. So it's a collegiate summer league up in Brockton, Mass. Shout out to them. They're doing God's work over there. And as a Massachusetts native, it's probably the coolest grouping of kids you could ever have.
You have Manny Ramirez Jr.
Yep.
Just found out that Manny has another son also named Manny Ramirez Jr.
He does. Yeah.
We were
That is
talking
true.
about that at the press box yesterday. A bit confusing there, but also you have D'Angelo Ortiz.
Yep.
You have Pedro's son, Gary Sheffield's son as well, Keith Folk's son.
Yeah, everybody.
How did it feel? You have, as a relief pitcher, you have Keith Folk, who
Keith Folk helped out. He was our pitching coach for like half the year, like unofficial.
under the table.
Under the
kinda.
table a little bit, yeah. He liked to hang out at practice, It was definitely pretty crazy to learn, just listen to him talk, you know what I mean? Like, not even after asking questions, just the way he goes about things, like how he was having us warm up differently than we probably had been. Because summer ball in college doesn't really have a lot of structure.
Yeah. Hey, you're just out there.
It's more on your own.
At-bats.
The coaches are a lot less on you.
Yeah.
Say they don't really know what you do. You don't really know what they do.
It's a free environment, but to have guys realistically, World Series winning pitchers.
Yeah.
So you have one of the greatest arms I don't know how much Pedro was around your team, but you have one of the greatest arms of all time.
Yeah.
You're a Yankees fan, which is kind of strange considering you're from Hanover, Mass.
Yep, I am a Yankees fan. I am.
You had to meet your dad, or your team's dad, over the summer. You met David Ortiz, correct?
I did meet David Ortiz.
Did you mention that you were a Yankees fan?
It slipped my mind. I didn't really think it was appropriate to bring it up.
Yeah.
Because we were just talking Rocks baseball,
Just talking
man.
Rocks?
Talking Rocks.
Pre-game food is something. Food is deep to our culture.
Very deep, yep.
Baseball players are superstitious.
Extremely.
You guys have a huge win over the 6th-ranked team in the country.
Yep. Yeah.
Can you take us through what you ate pre-game?
Sure. So, the night before, I was just hanging out. Wasn't much to do, and I thought to myself, I was gonna make chicken cutlets. I knew we were doing this Thursday though, so I didn't want to double down that early, and I thought to myself, what better pre-game meal than baked ziti? So, I didn't make just a little bit of baked ziti though.
You can never make a little baked
No,
ziti.
I didn't make a little bit. I made enough for a few full-size adults,
Yeah.
And I thought it'd only be right for me to bring some pregame, you know, dish it out to the guys, get everyone fed. And I think the baked ziti is part of the win. I mean, baked ziti, you know, it's one of the easy ones. They think it's hard. It's not. Getting a little onion, a little yellow onion, dice that up real nice and fine. Some garlic.
Yeah.
Pan, olive oil.
Extra virgin? Or
Always
extra virgin.
You know, depending on the day, if you want to put some meat in there first, that's fine. I like to do like ground sausage.
Okay.
Ground sausage first, then the onion and the garlic. It's a little extra flavor, you know.
Yeah.
Can of San Marzano tomatoes. Have to be.
You use the can of San Marzano tomatoes.
Have to.
You make yourself a nice sauce.
Yep, gotta boil that down 20, 30, 45 minutes, however long you got. The longer you got, the better.
Okay.
You know, a little seasoning, salt, pepper, some oregano, you know, a little fresh basil.
I have my plant right back there. Or, well, you can't see it here, obviously, but it's right back there.
That's
You got
all
a
right.
fresh basil plant.
I just got a new one. Yep, got a new one.
You got to put it in a pot. I didn't
Have
realize
to put it in a
that.
pot.
I
After a
was
few
using
days, you got to put it in a pot.
Yeah.
Or in the ground.
Well,
see, mine's in my front yard.
Okay, see, you have a yard. I don't really have a yard.
Eh.
You got a place for basil.
I have a little grass area. Yeah.
So, the fresh basil, that's important. Fresh ingredients are the key to bringing your cooking to a new level.
It changes the game without really having to do anything.
Yeah.
Personally.
You just, it's putting a little bit time, care, TLC.
Yeah.
A little bit of TLC.
Just a little bit too. It's not, you know, it's not crazy. It's not like it's crazy more expensive. I mean, fresh basil, you buy a basil pan, it's like $3.
It's actually cheaper to get the fresh stuff.
It's cheaper to buy the fresh stuff.
Or what's the weirdest superstition you've ran into with the Flagler team? Or just in general? Because you've been around the block.
I've been a lot of baseball, especially this year alone.
Yeah.
Weirdest superstition. I mean, I've known some guys who haven't washed socks until we've lost. Same pregame meal for like a whole year. I myself like to have an energy drink.
Okay.
Right before I go in a pitch. You know, a lot of guys like to do before the game.
Yeah.
I like to go right in there.
Have you considered switching to espresso?
I have. I mean, you know, I hadn't thought of it as a legitimate option here until the World Baseball Classic, and now I'm thinking I might have to invest in a Flagler espresso machine for the bullpen.
We're both big espresso guys.
Love it.
And
Every
the
morning.
only way to make a good espresso, unless you have one of those presses, one of those $1,000
Nice
machines, like
yeah,
the ones that when Paulie got Tony and Carmela and the Sopranos.
Exactly.
You get a Belletti,
Love
a
my
little
Belletti.
mocha pot. You have the 3-person one.
I have the
the 1-person one. But you put me on to a new way to make, because I was always burning my espresso.
Right.
It tasted tutti scasciata. It tasted bad.
Yeah.
Little mouchade. But you gave me a new way to make my espresso.
Yep.
Take me through it.
So I mean, thankfully again for Bialetti, nice sponsored ad on Instagram that I got, so I started following them. Nice 30, 40-second ad. They just brought me through the whole process. You know, nice low heat. Low heat takes a little bit longer.
That's okay. Perfection takes time.
Exactly. A little low heat. First couple bubbles of espresso come in. Put in a little cup, a little sugar. Whip it around for about 2 minutes. A little espresso cream. Nice foam layer on top. Wait for your espresso to be done. Pour it in. A little cream on top. Nice and sweet, not too sweet. Perfect.
And it still preserves the flavor of the espresso, the black espresso. Whereas people who put the sugar in at the end, it's gonna mix it all. You're gonna have like a
more of a sugar taste.
Yeah. This one is a bit more. It's a bit more traditional. It tastes a lot better. So, espresso in prominent. Do you start your day with an espresso?
I do every morning.
Every morning. I'm the same way as well. Do you think that helps your academic performance?
Oh, I'd have to say so.
Yeah. Better than a coffee. And we're both from Boston. Dunks.
Dunks reigns supremes in Massachusetts, but I mean, nothing's going to beat an espresso in the morning.
And the taste, and also it's a great way to connect with the culture. We're Italians. We connect deeply with our culture.
I agree. I mean, it's just a great way to wake up. Like, you know, I mean, a lot of people go to class. I've been guilty of it. You just wake up, put on a pair of sweatpants, get right to class, you know. But if you're looking forward to that espresso in the morning, that's an extra 15, 20 minutes you got to put aside. So now you start eating breakfast a little bit more. It's a little better lifestyle.
It's a better lifestyle. They live, and the Italians live longer than the average American.
Yeah, it's
a low stress lifestyle. It's a lot of fresh ingredients.
It's all about health food, like chicken cutlets,
health food, right
baked
here.
ziti, little benegot, you know.
Benegot, yeah, exactly.
It's all health food.
So we're talking vacation for you. You're finally making the voyage over.
I am. Yep, this summer.
You want to take us through some of your what are you expecting when you're over there? What are you looking forward to the most?
Okay. Honestly, looking forward is just be around my people. You know, it's all about the culture. I can't wait to go over there, take a couple extra things I never really thought of or hadn't really tried out, bring them back here. You know, it's all about merging my cultures, you know?
Yeah. Italian, American, you're trying to bridge the gap.
Bridge the gap. You know, they definitely eat cleaner. Everything they eat's got basil in it, which makes it basically a salad. Shout out Couge.
It is basically
It's
a salad.
basically a salad.
The Prese salad's the only salad I'll eat, too. Or
Oh.
a seafood salad. Nice grilled seafood salad.
A little octopus in there.
Oh, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely.
What goes through your mind, Anthony?
Mm-hmm.
You're on the mound. What's going through your mind attacking hitters?
Attacking hitters, I mean, you know, it's all about getting ahead, I think,
Yeah.
personally. First pitch of every at-bat's the most important. You know, you get that first strike, everything else rolls together easy. You know, I got a great defense behind me at Flagler. You know, I got a lot of guys, they're always chirping in my ear, helping me out. You know,
Yeah.
little words, little nows, a little something, you know.
A little humbabe going, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the dugout's always into it, you know. A couple stallion remarks is always nice, you know. A little Forza lately. They're getting in on the lingo. They're getting in on the lingo, which is good, you know.
You're bringing the culture to Flagler.
Hey, I got to.
Yeah, it's your job at this point.
I'd like to think so. I mean, you know, I got the Italian flag on my glove.
Yeah, hey, you styling.
Gotta do it for the culture, you know. I mean,
Time has come, Anthony. It's Cutlet time.
it's Cutlet time.
It's Cutlet time, presented by San Pellegrino, presented by Fuel Supplements, FYOOL supplements.com, promo code FrankGG, 10% off your order. But it's time. Cutlets. Let's cut into them.
I do a little salt, you know.
A little salt on top.
First. We'll make it aromatic, you know.
A little aromatic. So we're gonna cut into this first one. Do you think Cousin Sal's coming to visit?
Absolutely not. And that's a perfect cutlet right
Bella
there.
Nice cutlet.
Perfect cutlet. Come on.
Okay, you can do the honors.
Well,
Grate a little bit of cheese on that.
Oh, appreciate you.
The high quality cheese grater from our great producer Nick Leo.
Beautiful. Look at that.
All right. Do the honors.
It's an absolute pleasure.
An absolute pleasure to Cutlet Convos.
That's how you spend Thursday right there.
That's a hell of a cutlet. Fucking begging these right now.
No, you need to eat one of these.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, come on.
No, we weren't kidding.
No, we're not.
That wasn't bullshit. This is one of the best cutlets I've ever made.
From me, Jordan Fauci, our great producer Nick Leo, this is Anthony Nofi, and you just watched Cutlet Convos.